Risa?
Risa.
Yes.
I'm a reporter for the Chico Enterprise-Record newspaper here.
Okay.
So, welcome to Chico.
Thank you very much.
First off, what made you put us on the map?
Well, I love to go to communities where presidential candidates do not often go. And that's what we've been doing all over the state. I mean, everybody goes to LA or San Francisco or San Diego. But I very much enjoy getting out to communities where people have not had the opportunity to hear from presidential candidates. And this is part of our effort to run a strong grassroots campaign. As of today, we have done 30 rallies up and down this state. And we have brought out 185,000 Californians, not counting the many thousands out there. And by the time we're through, I think we're going to have about 250,000 people in California out to hear our rallies.
That's amazing.
So I'm pretty excited about that.
What policies do you hope to enact to increase job creation across the state?
Okay, very good.
Especially in rural areas like here.
Absolutely. The truth is that official unemployment is much lower than real unemployment. And we got a lot of people in this country who need jobs, who need decent paying jobs. So what we want to do is a couple of things. Number one, we're going to invest $1 trillion to rebuild our crumbling infrastructure. That's our roads, our bridges, our water systems, our wastewater plants, levees, dams, rail, affordable housing. And when we do that, when we rebuild our infrastructure, we're going to create up to 13 million good paying jobs in inner cities and in rural communities all over this country. Second of all, instead of giving tax breaks to large multinational corporations who as often as not shut down in America and move abroad for low wage countries, we are going to give tax support and tax breaks to small and medium-sized businesses, the folks who create jobs in this country. So those are a couple of things we'll be doing.
Moving on to where the polls are at right now, you're pretty much tied with Hillary Clinton, but superdelegates are going to be a problem. What are ways in which you think that you can win those superdelegates over?
The case that we're going to make to the superdelegates, and you're right, Secretary Clinton has almost all the superdelegates. I think she has like 10 times as many as we have, are twofold. Number one, if you look at all of the polls done nationally, done here in California, done in Michigan, done in states all over America, we run much stronger against Donald Trump than does Hillary Clinton. In fact, there are states out there where we beat Trump and she actually loses to him. California, one of the polls had us 17 points ahead. She was only 10 points ahead. So we're going to make the case to the superdelegates that it is absolutely imperative that we defeat Donald Trump and that we need the strongest candidate to do that, and I believe that's Bernie Sanders. Second point that we make is we have a really strong grassroots movement, and you're seeing it out there tonight here in Chico, of many millions of people who are prepared to stand up and fight back and get involved in the political process. Secretary Clinton, in my view, does not have that type of grassroots effort. And when you have a strong grassroots effort, you have a large voter turnout. When you have a large voter turnout, progressives and Democrats win. We retain the White House, we regain the United States Senate, we do better in the House, and we win governor's chairs all over the country.
So only in Chico we have about 32,000 students. I think a lot of people are wondering the details of how you could promise them free tuition.
This is the year 2016, and we are living in a highly competitive global economy. It is a no-brainer to understand that we have got to have the best educated workforce in the world as the technology advances and as the nature of the economy changes. In my view, today when we talk about public education, it's not good enough to talk about first grade through 12th grade. We've got to be talking about making public colleges and universities tuition-free. And we pay for that. We pay for that through a tax on Wall Street speculation. 8 years ago, Congress, against my vote, bailed out Wall Street. And I believe now that Wall Street is doing just fine. It is time for them to help the middle class of this country. So it is paid for. It is absolutely needed. I do not want to see millions of people struggling with high levels of student debt. And our legislation also reduces student debt very significantly.
We have time time for one more question. What lengths are you willing to go to ensure that Trump does not become president of the United States?
I will do everything I can, either as the Democratic nominee, obviously, or if I'm not the nominee, I will play an active role. But this country cannot tolerate, cannot accept the kind of bigotry that Trump and his supporters are bringing forth. It is not acceptable that we have a presidential candidate who insults Mexicans and Latinos, who insults Muslims, who insults women seemingly every day, African Americans, veterans. That is not the president that we need. So I will do everything that I can in one capacity or another to make sure that Donald Trump does not become president of the United States. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.